Your legs feel weaker, but no one told you why. After 62 common vitamins can quietly destroy your leg strength. And one of them, it's likely sitting in your cabinet right now. You've been told vitamins are safe, even essential, but new research from Harvard and Uppsala University reveals a dangerous twist. Certain doses can actually trigger bone loss, stiffness, and muscle cramps. Stick with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll walk you through the two worst offenders and show you what to do instead. You move when you can, you try to eat right, and like many seniors, you take supplements hoping to stay strong. But the cramps, the shaky legs, the stiffness, they're still there. What most people don't realize is the very vitamins meant to protect you may be the ones quietly doing harm. I'm Dr. Hartley, and today I'll explain how two of the most common healthy vitamins can overload your aging body, disrupt muscle repair, and even increase your fall risk. But first, please remember, always consult your healthcare provider before changing any part of your supplement routine. 1. Vitamin A, the bone demolition switch. Frank always thought he was doing the right thing. Every morning at 7:15, he took his bone support supplement with his coffee. He even showed it off to his friends. Said it had everything in it: calcium, D3, and a high dose of vitamin A. But what he didn't know was that one of those ingredients was slowly draining the strength from his legs. It started with little things. Getting up from the couch felt harder. The steps outside his RV seemed taller than they used to. Then, one morning, he felt a deep ache in his right thigh. A few weeks later, his doctor gave him news he never expected. You're showing early signs of bone loss. Now, here's the part most people don't hear. Vitamin A is essential, but in the wrong amount, it flips your body's internal switch. Inside your bones, you've got two teams. One builds, one breaks down. And when you're young, they work in harmony, kind of like a dance crew. But too much vitamin A, it cranks up a signal called rankle, a chemical that tells your bone demolition team to go full throttle, while the builders just sit on the sidelines. This might not be a big deal in your 30s or 40s, but after 60, your body doesn't clear vitamin A as well. It stores it, especially if you're taking it daily. In fact, a major Swedish study followed over 2,300 older men. Those with the highest vitamin A levels had a 64% higher risk of hip fractures. That's not a small number. That's the kind of number that sends you to the hospital from a small trip on the carpet. Now, here's the fix. If your supplement says retinol or retinol palmitate, and the number is over 4,500 IU per day, it might be time to rethink. Instead, choose beta-carotene. It's found in sweet potatoes, carrots, spinach, and your body only converts what it needs. Frank made that change. He swapped the pills for real food, he got rid of the retinol, and added more color to his plate. And 6 months later, his follow-up scan was steady. His legs felt firmer, and the stairs outside, they didn't seem so steep anymore. Have you ever checked how much vitamin A is in your daily routine? Because the strength of your legs might depend on what's hiding behind that label. 2. Vitamin D, the muscle paralyzer. Lena was doing everything right. She walked 3 times a week, ate her greens, took her calcium, and every night before bed, she swallowed her high-dose vitamin D pill. She'd heard it was good for bones, good for immunity. Her neighbor even told her to take more, it can't hurt. But then the cramps started, first in her calves, then in her thighs. They hit hardest at night, sharp, squeezing, waking her up from a dead sleep. Her doctor ran blood work. Her vitamin D levels, through the roof, over 100 nanograms per milliliter. And that's when she learned something no one had warned her about. You see, after 60, your body handles vitamin D very differently. In small amounts, it helps calcium reach your bones. But in excess, it creates a traffic jam. Instead of calcium settling into your skeleton, it spills into your bloodstream. And where does it go? Straight into your muscles. Imagine your muscles like sponges, designed to contract, then relax. But when overloaded with calcium, they seize up. They stiffen, like wet cement setting in the wrong place. And here's the hidden danger. Excess vitamin D disrupts a tiny molecular switch in your body called FOXO1. This switch controls how your muscles use protein and store calcium. When FOXO1 gets overwhelmed, your muscles stay half contracted, tight, irritated, unable to fully relax. In seniors, that can mean nighttime cramps, legs that feel heavy, and a dangerous loss of mobility over time. One study from India tracked 19 elderly patients with vitamin D toxicity. Nearly all of them had muscle weakness. Some were hospitalized. The average calcium in their blood? Way above normal, and that's not rare anymore. More and more seniors are taking 5,000 or even 10,000 IU a day without ever testing their levels. But the truth is, for most people over 60, anything over 4,000 IU daily should only be done under medical supervision. And you should get your blood tested every 6 months to be safe. What did Lena do? She cut her dose in half, added magnesium, 200 milligrams a day, to help her body process calcium more smoothly. And within 3 weeks, her cramps faded. Now she still takes vitamin D, but with eyes wide open. Wait until you see what happens when your muscles lose their ability to reset, because that part most doctors never explain. 3. Your muscles missing switch. FOXO1. You stretch, you hydrate, you even get up and walk around during the day, but your legs still feel stuck. Not sore exactly, not painful, just tight. As if they're holding tension they won't let go of. George felt it too. At 66, he was still walking his dog every morning, but the last few months, his legs had been acting strange. He said it felt like he could walk, but not relax, like his muscles were always clenched, even when he was resting. At first, he blamed aging, then posture, then maybe not enough stretching. But the real answer was something no one had ever told him about. There's a switch inside your muscles, tiny but powerful. It's called FOXO1, and it controls how your body resets itself after stress. Every time you move, this switch helps clear out damaged proteins, balance calcium, and tell your muscles when to soften and rebuild. But here's the kicker. When your vitamin D gets too high, especially if you're not getting enough magnesium, that switch jams. Instead of clearing calcium from your muscles, your body holds onto it, tightens, locks down, and over time, that tension turns into fatigue. George's vitamin D was over 100, and his magnesium barely measurable. His doctor said it was like pouring glue into the gears. No wonder his muscles wouldn't release. This isn't rare, by the way. In a recent study, nearly 15% of seniors taking high-dose vitamin D had signs of calcium overload, and many didn't even know their levels were high. They were following advice, but not following up with testing. So, what did George do? He paused his supplements. He started taking 250 milligrams of magnesium glycinate every night after dinner, and within weeks, he said it felt like the tension just lifted. He could finally exhale, sleep deeper, stand longer, and for the first time in months, his legs didn't feel like they were made of stone. Now, maybe your muscles aren't sore. Maybe they're just stuck. So, if you've been feeling tight without reason, especially after 60, don't just stretch. Check your D, add magnesium, and give your body the chance to flip that switch back on. You've done your best. You eat well. You move when you can. You take your vitamins because that's what we were told to do. But sometimes the body doesn't need more. It needs less. It needs clarity. It needs someone to say, hey, This thing you've been doing to stay strong, it might be part of the reason you feel weaker. And that's not your fault. That's just a system that forgot to update the rules for people over 60. The truth is, your muscles aren't broken. Your legs aren't failing you. They're simply reacting to signals. Signals we now understand better than ever. Sometimes strength begins not by adding more, but by removing what's silently weighing us down. So, here's my invitation. Take a moment today to flip over your supplement bottle. Look at what's really inside and ask yourself, is this helping or is this just a habit? Because one small shift might give you back your stride, your ease, even your peace at night. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever felt muscle cramps or stiffness after taking vitamins? Drop your story in the comments. I read everyone. And if you found even one thing helpful today, hit that subscribe button. We've got more tools coming your way to help you stay strong, sharp, and independent, right where you belong. Take care of those legs. They've carried you through a lot. Let's make sure they keep doing it for years to come.